Hi Victoria, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Like what do you want to know?
Well, for example, why did you come in today?
Oh, well, my parents sent me in here because they thought I had poor coping skills.
Okay, can you give me an example of what they thought was a poor coping skill?
Well, when I am really nervous, I actually dig my nails into my scalp.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the reason why I keep my hair up, is because you don't need to see all the dents and the sores and everything like that.
Okay, so give me an example of a time where you would feel like you would want to put your hands into your scalp.
Yeah, pretty much all the time.
So if you're having a good day, you do it. If you're not having a good day, you do it.
Like if something is going on, it's nothing for me to like sit at the table and just, it starts as like me scratching my scalp, but then it just goes on to me digging my nails into my scalp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gross. But I mean, it works.
It works for what? What does it work for?
Well, it causes pain, but it like helps me work through my anxiety. Like I'm in control.
Okay. So, so that helps you to feel in control. What exactly, or do you feel out of control about?
Well, I got a lot going on at work, and then my parents, they just think they know everything, so I'm here for them. No. I think everything's okay,
Mm-hmm.
but they just feel like I need to be here.
Okay. So other than, this sticking and that kind of thing in your scalp, like, what other things do you do when you're starting to stress out?
I eat, I sleep. Like I don't get anything done because I'd rather just go to bed.
Okay. And do you work? Do you have a job?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Retail,
Okay.
So all those, women and men that come in that think that I'm just the lowest person on the totem pole, I really wish I could tell them how I think, but I can't because I'll lose my job. So, whatever.
So it sounds like you don't feel like you get a lot of respect in your job.
Well, yeah, no, I don't. Yeah. Like bosses think that as long as you're there, they can use you as slaves to do whatever they want to do. But, I've been there the longest, so sometimes I know more than they even do. But do they care? Absolutely not.
Okay. So what took you to working in retail?
Well, I made some poor choices in my life. So I can't get hired at certain places.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit more about your poor choices?
Do you need to know that stuff?
It just kind of helps me kind of get a background of how everything has kind of come to the point where your parents at least feel like you need to come and see someone.
Well, I was wrong. I like bad boys, okay? So, with bad boys comes showing them that you can keep up with them.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a couple like larceny charges and drug charges. But, I mean, that was only back then. It was like several years ago, so it doesn't even matter anymore.
Several years ago, 5 years ago, 4 years ago?
Maybe like, I don't know, I've been at Kroger so like 6 years ago.
Okay.
But I go for the nerds now, so, I know I don't have to get in trouble.
Okay. So are you seeing anybody currently?
No, no, boys tend to be stupid sometimes.
Okay. So when was the last serious relationship that you had?
Well, I was with this boy for like 3 years, and then he told me he loved me, and I wasn't having that because I didn't feel the same way.
Mhm.
So I kind of said bye. And yeah, that was like 6 weeks ago, maybe. Was
Okay.
it 6 weeks ago?
How long had you been seeing him at that point?
That I said bye?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we were together for like 3 years. You know, it just scared me. I don't like when people get really close to me, so I literally just said bye. And he cried, and I acted like everything was okay. But, I mean, since then, I really have been digging my nails in my scalp a lot lately. Maybe I miss him. I don't know. I don't miss him.
No, it would be okay if you missed him. You know, that would be a fairly normal thing to feel at this point. You know, hasn't really been a long time.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay. So, tell me, you keep saying that you had said that your parents told you needed to come today.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what that conversation was like and what led them to tell you that you needed to come and see someone?
Well, they pretty much said if you don't go to counseling, you'll have to move out. So, you know, like, I like living at home. I don't really have to pay all the bills like, you know, everybody else does. But, I mean, Mom and Dad just said, come out here, and I came out here, so.
Okay. Was there a specific incident that happened right before that conversation?
Well, you know, my parents really liked my boyfriend, and they were really upset that I just ended the relationship. But, you know, they don't get to live my life. Sometimes I think my mom likes to live vicariously through me because I like the fat boys, and she did too, and then she got married really young. But I don't know. I don't know what's going on with them. I mean, at like 24 years old, I should be able to make my own decisions, right?
Well, one would think that that might be a possibility, yes.
Yeah.
So, but you are still living in their home.
And?
So, do you think that they have a reason to be concerned if they think that your behavior might
I mean,
be a
they
little
can be
different?
concerned, but why should I have to come to counseling?
Well, I don't know. So tell me a little bit more about your parents.
Oh, they got married really young.
Mm-hmm.
My parents are the type of people that, you know, on the outside it looks really good, but on the inside it's like a hurricane every day.
Okay. So what does the hurricane look like in your parents' home?
Oh, well, they've been screaming at each other. My mama, she don't love him. She cheated on him. And that's another thing. Like, what kind of mama tells her daughter that the only reason why I stayed was for you? Like, I don't love your father, but I stayed because I had you. Like, who the hell tells their kids that?
Wow. So how did you feel about that?
I thought she was a whore.
Okay. So do you all ever have any more conversation about it from that one time?
Nah, it's like the black hole. You just don't go there.
Okay. All right. So through all of this, it sounds like you kind of have a really stressful kind of home environment. Would that be a correct assumption?
Yeah, but I mean, I just look at it as being normal because that's what I grew up in.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you have any extended family?
Yeah, they live like hours away.
Do you get to see any of your other family?
I haven't seen my grandparents in months, and my cousin's deployed in Afghanistan. So you know, I send him cards, but
Mm-hmm.
no. Facebook. Facebook is the only way I keep in touch.
Okay, so do you have friends that you hang out with? What is your social life like since you are no longer with your previous boyfriend?
Oh, no, I don't have a lot of friends. Never have, really. I don't really trust a lot of people.
Okay. So you don't trust a lot of people, but you're comfortable with Facebook and that kind of thing on social media?
Right, because Facebook is like a facade. So I can act one way and actually be another way.
Okay.
Isn't that normal for folks?
I think for some people it can be very normal, yes.
Mhm.
So, but sometimes it can be difficult to be two different people at the same time.
Yeah, you eventually get used to it though. But the one thing is that eventually you forget all your lies. So you kind of have to backtrack. And
Mm-hmm.
so I just put lies on top of lies and hope that they all stick.
So you ever been found out?
Well, of course. But, you know, I don't let enough people in, so it doesn't really matter.
So you kind of sound like you feel a little bit upset about the fact that you don't let a lot of people in. But
No, it keeps me safe.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't have to put much trust in other people. So, oh well.
What does it keep you safe from?
Being hurt. Yeah.
Being hurt.
Right. Like people hurting me emotionally, physically.
Have you been physically hurt before?
I have. Yeah, them bad boys. Mm-mm. It wasn't good for me. And my parents tried to tell me better. But you know, when you're growing up, you have to learn on your own. So I think that's another reason why my parents sent me in here. But I keep telling them I'm okay.
You think what is another reason why your parents sent you in here?
That, like, I don't have a lot of friends and I don't trust a lot of people, and so they want to know why I don't have friends. Like, I'd rather stay at home in my PJs and binge watch Netflix than go out with, you know, people I don't even know and drink and nah.
Okay. So at work, do you have a relationship with people at work? What does that look
Yeah,
like?
I have relationships with people at work, but I mean, they're so immature. I don't want to put up with the drama. So I don't, you know. We're friends at work and that's fine with me.
Okay. So it sounds like, you're kind of isolated except for this person that you broke up with about 6 weeks ago. Who do you talk to during the course of the day?
I know this is going to sound funny, but I talk to myself.
Okay.
You know, it's, probably people think I'm crazy, but I trust me. You know, like, I can go through conversations. Did I act stupid? Do I sound like I'm smart? Would people like me? But no, I mean, I talk to mom and dad sometimes, but I don't really have anybody to talk to.
So when you said that, life in the house is kind of like a hurricane and that every day there's issues and problems, is there any time or what time happens when things are going well and people are getting along?
I mean, yeah, the biggest thing for my parents has been to sit down and have dinner every night. That's the one thing that we've done since I was a small kid. So when everybody's on the same page and nobody hates anybody and there's no yelling and there's no screaming or throwing things, we eventually sit down at the dinner table and we talk. And we have a good time until the next hiccup happens and, you know.
Okay. So how often does the next hiccup happen?
I mean, when you have two people living together that don't love each other, it could happen at any moment. Money, church, family issues. For God, if it's me they yell about, I just go in my room and I just close the door. I've heard it all my life, so I don't want to deal with their bullshit.
Mhm. How did your parents discipline you when you were young?
Um, like they spanked me to a certain point, and then they took away things. So, I guess like a normal parent.
Okay. So did you ever have any bruises or anything like that from a spanking?
No, not that I remember. There is this one time though, let me tell you. There's this one time that I was afraid my mama was going to beat me. So I put on like 20 layers of clothing. So each time that she had me take off another layer of clothing, she's like, I don't even want to waste time on you. So I beat her at it. That's when they started taking away my cell phone though. That didn't work too well.
What happened when they took away your cell phone?
Do you like to lose your cell phone?
No, it's a very
Okay.
valuable tool. So
Right.
So what happened when they took away your cell phone?
Oh, well, we went at it.
Went at it verbally, yelling at each other?
Yeah, like I might be taller than my mom. I would never hit her, but you know, I definitely tell her what I think.
Okay. So when you are talking to yourself and talking through things, you ever hear anybody talking back to you, or is it just
No,
having a
I'm not that
conversation in
crazy.
your head? Okay. All right. And then the hair pulling, do you remember about what age that started?
Mm, no, it's always been there for me.
Okay. Do you actually pull hair
No, I
out?
don't pull hair. I just dig my fingernails in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you have any bald spots or any sores or anything on your
I
head?
have sores, but yeah,
Mm.
that's the reason why I keep my hair pulled up.
Do you mind to show me?
No, I'm not gonna show you.
Okay.
I don't know
So-
you like that.
So, okay. So the sores, is this like a constant, they're always there? Do they ever just get better and?
Sometimes, like when I was with my boyfriend, there was a time period where I didn't scratch and I didn't have sores. So yeah, I mean they've been good, but I have a tendency to like scratch my head and then I'll find a sore and then I'll dig it even deeper. I don't know.
What
I
does that
just,
feel like when you dig the sore even deeper?
well, I'm getting rid of the sore.
Mm-hmm. So digging the sore deeper gets rid of the sore?
Well, that's how I don't know. That don't make sense.
Do you feel some kind of release or something when
Yeah,
when you're messing
yeah,
with the
that's
sores?
right. Yeah.
So it actually may physically hurt, but it actually makes the rest of you feel better.
Yeah. See? You
Mhm.
get me?
Okay. So can I ask what the boyfriend's name was just his first name?
It's Dudley.
Dudley. Okay. So you said that when you and Dudley had been together at a point, that you didn't pull your hair, you didn't, scratch your head, and so what was that time like?
I guess I had someone to spend time with.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't alone to, I don't know, get that release. It's almost like a high.
Okay. So have you ever gotten high before in any other way?
I sniffed inhalants once. Does that count?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. But I was like 15.
How often did you do that?
I don't remember.
Did you just do it once?
Maybe. I don't remember.
Where did you find the idea to do that? Where did that come from?
You know, it's weird. When I fill up my tank of gas, I like the smell of gas.
It's not uncommon.
Oh, okay. Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
Good. I had friends that used to sniff Sharpies.
I think that's not uncommon either, probably.
So the sniffing the inhalant's not uncommon either.
Well, I think it's something that people do, yeah. So,
Okay, good.
but when you say inhalant, what type of inhalant was it?
It was some kind of spray underneath the kitchen counter.
Like a Lysol spray or insecticide or?
It was something. I don't know, that was so long ago, I just can't remember.
Okay.
Maybe I used it too much.
So, do you drink or anything?
Oh,
Or
no.
smoke?
Mm-mm.
No, nothing like that. Okay. What would you say is like one of the best things about you? Like one thing, one really positive thing about you?
I'm good at my job.
Okay, at Kroger. What do you do? Do you
I'm cashier.
cashier at Kroger? So you're
Yeah,
really
I
good at
started
your job?
as stocker, but eventually they saw that I had a really good relationship with our customers, so
Mhm.
they put me on cashier.
So you kind of have an ease with the customers when they come in, just can
I
chit
know
chat?
them all by name, and I know their kids, and so
That's
I
wonderful.
just like to chat them up.
Okay. So you take a real interest in what they,
Yeah.
yeah, kind of makes them feel special.
Mhm.
It's really good. That's a great ability to have. Not everybody can do that. So let me ask you about your medical history. Do you take any medications or have any type of diagnoses that?
Well, yeah, I'm on Lexapro for my head.
For the scratching?
Yeah, for the scratching.
Mm-hmm. How long have you been taking that?
Oh Lord. I was on it when I was in high school, and then I stopped it. But recently they put me back on it.
How recently would that be?
About 4 weeks ago.
So was it a little bit after you and Dudley broke up?
Yeah, that's about right.
And who gives you that prescription? Is that your primary care doctor, or do you see somebody else?
It's my primary.
Okay.
We only got one primary in the city, so
Okay. And who would that be?
Dr. Langston.
Okay. When's the last time you saw Dr. Langston?
Actually, I'm supposed to see him this week.
Oh, all right, great. So, do you take any other kinds of medications? Do you see him for any other issues?
Mm-mm.
Okay. And so, when you say you took it previously and then you stopped it, do you remember about what ages it was between that you were taking the meds, or how long ago that was?
About 3 years ago, I stopped it.
And that was right about the time that you and Dudley started seeing each other?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay.